I'm a professional organizer, and today I want to talk about some containers that you absolutely don't need and some containers that are actually really helpful. I really like drawer organizers for things like office supplies and things that kind of rattle around and need to be contained, but in my opinion, none of these things necessarily need organizers in this specific drawer. I don't think that clothing inside of drawers necessarily needs that. You might want to put like a little bin in there if you wanted to do like underwear or socks or whatever. I do that all the time. But to have an organizing divider that is made of cloth and kind of flimsy probably will get in your way when you're putting your laundry away. And this has even little sections. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this at all. You absolutely don't need this. You can do all of this looking exactly as this looks without any of these dividers, I promise. With office supplies, this is the actual perfect solution. You can have any kind of dividers you want. I love the bamboo ones, but the acrylic ones look really nice too. Look at all the problems this solves. Look at all the stuff that's not gonna be rolling around in there. I also love bamboo organizers for bathroom drawers. This is perfect. Again, look at all the stuff that's not rolling around. Almost no one I know has nearly enough counter space in their bathroom or enough storage space or drawers. This is the perfect solution, I have to say. If you can't have bigger counters, shelves are really the way to go. Speaking of shelves, these little acrylic organizers for an under the bathroom sink kind of situation, absolutely perfect. It's meant for tiny things that you need access to really easily, that you can identify immediately, and it's not in the way of anything. It's stacked beautifully, it goes away beautifully. Here's an example of something that is fun and pretty and nice to look at aesthetically, but I don't think you need to do this. I'll show you why in a second. Depending on what you have, you could just do this instead. Little bins where everything stays in its own package. This is a wonderful solution. I just realized I have a caveat to this one, and that is because all of these items probably come in very large, like Costco, Sam's Club situation boxes that probably have a really hard time fitting anywhere. So those I'm betting are somewhere in backstock, and all of the not backstock, the immediate need stuff is all right here. So actually, I edit that. This is a good solution for all of this. I'm just saying you don't necessarily need to decant your Cheez-Its if you don't feel like it and you have the space for them. Another example of something that's helpful, but I don't know that you necessarily need all of these clear acrylic bins. They're really handy if they're all in the same category and you can just pull it out and it doesn't disrupt anything else on the shelf. I do really like that. Is it necessary? Not necessarily, unless you have this volume of stuff, but to my eyes, this is all pretty easy to see and it's all pretty easily categorized without any of these labels or acrylic bins. I will say these giant tubs that are labeled, perfect. You know that garages have a lot of random outdoorsy stuff, and these labeled bins are the perfect answer. Here's an example of something that I find aesthetically stunning and it's also really functional. Clearly all of these baskets have their own categories. I don't see any labels, but I'm fairly certain the homeowner knows what they are. I would label them if I had control of this space, so there's no questions to anyone. If a guest comes over and they're like, oh, go to that little pantry, find this tablecloth, they will know where the tablecloths are if the little container is labeled tablecloths.